In 2015, the chilling manga titled The Dark Picture quietly emerged in Japan. Its rival as unassuming as its reclusive creator, Tatsuki. Little did readers anticipate the unsettling, almost prophetic power woven into its pages. Tatsuki, a shadowy figure in the manga world, was known not for fame, but for a tragedy, a defining scar etched into his life at 16 when a catastrophic natural disaster claimed his entire family. This profound loss became the crucible for his art, transforming grief into a series of haunting narratives that blurred the line between fiction and foreboding reality. The Dark Picture was no ordinary work. Its pages dripped with ink as black as the void, depicting apocalyptic scenarios and calamities so visceral they seemed to pulse with a cursed energy. Critics described it as a visual requiem, a mirror reflecting Tatsuki's anguish. Yet fans whispered of something far darker, that the manga's grotesque visions were not mere imagination, but harbingers of events yet to unfold. The enigma of Tatsuki deepened during a rare, abruptly terminated interview. When asked about the inspiration behind his work, he cryptically replied, "When you gaze into the dark picture do not ask why ask instead what comes next the statement." Ominous in its vagueness, sparked frenzied speculation within. Days, the interview vanished from public archives, and printed copies of the manga were mysteriously purged from major bookstores. Publishers offered no explanation, leaving fans to scavenge for scattered pirated editions that circulated like contraband. These illicit copies became relics, passed furtively among underground circles, their pages rumored to crackle with an eerie resonance. Whispers grew into legend. Those who possessed the manga claimed its stories materialized in the real world, a typhoon eerily matching one illustrated in Chapter 3 ravaged coastal Japan. Months after publication, a factory explosion mirrored a scene of industrial collapse in Chapter 7. Coincidence? Skeptics insisted. But for believers, Tatsuki's work had transcended art, becoming a grim oracle. Tatsuki himself faded further into obscurity, his absence fueling theories. Was he a traumatized visionary, channeling subconscious warnings through his art? Or had he stumbled into a forbidden dialogue with forces beyond comprehension? The manga's final chapter, never officially released, allegedly depicted a shadowy figure self-portrait. Some speculated standing amid a ruined cityscape, gazing upward as comets scarred the sky. This unfinished crescendo only amplified the mystery. Fans dissected every panel, searching for hidden codes or dates, while conspiracy forums buzzed with claims that Tatsuki had been silenced by authorities fearing his visions. Yet, the true terror of the dark picture lies not in its pages, but in its unanswered question. What does come next? The manga's legacy persists as a cultural phantom, a testament to art's power to unsettle and prophesize. In a world increasingly haunted by climate disasters and societal fractures, Tatsuki's work feels less like fiction and more like a fractured reflection of our collective anxiety. Whether a product of trauma or something far more uncanny, the dark picture remains an open wound in Japan's artistic conscience, a reminder that some stories, once unleashed, cannot be contained. The opening pages of The Dark Picture first volume unleashed a visceral nightmare. A crimson-stained sky skyscrapers buckling under tsunami waves taller than mountains, and plumes of black smoke devouring crumbling cities. For early readers, members of a clandestine online forum who painstakingly recreated Tatsuki's panels, the shock arrived on March 11, 2022, when a 7.4 magnitude earthquake and tsunami struck Fukushima, Japan. The disaster mirrored the manga's apocalyptic imagery with chilling precision. The same roiling waves, the same skeletal remains of buildings. Even the date *, the 3rd of November 2020 to sketch faintly in the corner of the manga's inaugural page. Screenshots of Tatsuki's art flooded social media, captioned with panicked claims. He predicted Fukushima. Twitter and Reddit erupted. Skeptics dismissed it as a macabre coincidence. But the manga's underground cult saw it as confirmation. Tatsuki's work was a harbinger of doom. The frenzy intensified with Volume 2. This installment depicted a firestorm hurricane, a surreal amalgamation of wildfire and cyclone scorching California's coastline. For months, believers waited, their dread mounting. Then, in September 2023, a catastrophic wildfire ignited near Santa Barbara. Its flames whipped into a spiraling inferno by unprecedented winds. Footage of the disaster, shared alongside Tatsuki's panels, revealed eerie parallels: the manga's hellish orange skies, the cyclone-like vortex of embers. Even the jagged coastline where fictional and real fires converged. This time, the overlap was undeniable. News outlets, initially hesitant, ran headlines like Manga Prophet or Cosmic Joke, while conspiracy theorists declared Tatsuki a modern-day Nostradamus. Scientists scrambled to debunk the claims, citing climate change's role in extreme weather, but the public's imagination had already been hijacked. Tatsuki's art, once dismissed as edgy fiction, now pulsed with an aura of cursed clairvoyance. Amid the chaos, questions multiplied. How had Tatsuki, a recluse with no scientific background, predicted disasters years in advance? Forum users dissected his art, uncovering hidden details, timestamps scribbled in blood-red ink, coordinates faintly visible in collapsing city grids. A Reddit thread analyzing Volume 1's tsunami scene noted that the fictional wave's height *23 meters matched Fukushima's actual 2020 surge to the centimeter. Coincidence or something darker? Authorities remained silent, but leaked. Emails from a Tokyo publisher hinted at pressure to contain the narrative. Meanwhile, Tatsuki's few surviving acquaintances revealed fragments of his past. A boy who'd survived the 2011 Tohoku earthquake, orphaned and mute for a year, who later sketched obsessively in notebooks filled with symbols no one could decipher. For believers, the dark picture was no longer a manga, it was a grim countdown. Its pages a map of impending catastrophes. Yet the most unsettling question lingered: were these disasters prophecies or provocations? As governments scrambled to dismiss the links and fans hoarded leaked copies like sacred texts, Tatsuki's legacy crystallized into a modern myth, one where art, trauma, and the unexplainable collide, leaving humanity to wonder: is the future written in ink, or are we merely tracing the edges of a darkness we refuse to understand? The First Omen, the firestorm that bridged fiction and reality. Chapter 5 of the dark picture unfolded like a fever dream. A monstrous red sandstorm surged from the ocean, its swirling particles igniting midair into a wall of flame that devoured an entire coastal city. Tatsuki's stark black and white panels captured the horror in surreal detail, smoke coiling like serpents, waves morphing into liquid fire, and buildings collapsing under a crimson sky that resembled a sea of blood, as described by readers. The chapter, initially dismissed as dystopian fantasy, took on a horrifying new dimension in October 2023 when Super Typhoon Kai, a Category 5 storm with winds nearing 300 kilometers per hour, slammed into California. As Kai's fury subsided, it left behind not just flooding but a secondary nightmare. Wildfires erupted across drought-stricken regions, their flames whipped into a frenzied inferno by the storm's residual winds. Satellite images showed plumes of smoke spiraling over Malibu's beaches, their shapes uncannily mirroring Tatsuki's inked tempest. The connection was first spotted by Suzuki, a meteorologist and clandestine fan of the dark picture while analyzing post-disaster footage. Suzuki froze at a still frame of Malibu's coastline, at a blow of ash-choked skies and firelit waves that seemed ripped from the manga's pages. "I'd read Chapter 5 dozens of times," she later confessed in a viral blog post, "but seeing it play out in real time, it was like Tatsuki had sketched a blueprint for Kai." Suzuki, leveraging her scientific training, overlaid the manga's panels with weather maps and fire trajectories. The parallels were unnerving. The storm's path traced the fictional sandstorm's arc. The wildfire's ignition points matched the manga's burn zones down to the mile. Even the typhoon's name, Kai meaning fire in Hawaiian, echoed Tatsuki's unnamed, flame-wreathed catastrophe. Authorities dismissed the overlap as coincidence, attributing the disaster to climate change and El Niño patterns. Yet Tatsuki's fans, now a global network of amateur sleuths, uncovered darker threads. Reddit users noted that Chapter 5's publication date, March 2021, preceded Kai's formation by nearly 3 years. Conspiracy forums buzzed with claims that Tatsuki had embedded encrypted coordinates in the manga's margins, pinpointing California years before the disaster. Meanwhile, climate scientists grudgingly acknowledged the manga's eerie foresight. Tatsuki's fusion of typhoon and wildfire, once deemed implausible, had become a grim reality in an era of intensifying sea. Unbound disasters. For Suzuki, the discovery was a turning point. Once a skeptic of the manga's alleged prophetic power, she now questioned whether Tatsuki's work was less a prediction and more warning. "Art doesn't cause disasters," she wrote, "but what if it's a lens away to see the future we're creating?" As debates raged, the dark picture underground following swelled. Its pages scrutinized not just for narrative, but for clues to impending calamities. Yet the most haunting question lingered in the ashes: if Chapter 5 was a mere first sign, what horrors lay waiting in Tatsuki's unseen chapters, and when would they ignite? The Second Omen. When art anticipated science, Chapter 9 of the dark picture plunged readers into a chilling scenario, a clandestine experiment conducted deep beneath the Pacific Ocean, depicted through jagged, kinetic panels that seemed to vibrate off the page. Tatsuki's artwork visualized a subterranean facility unleashing a monstrous 30-meter artificial tsunami, a wall of water annihilating coastal cities with surgical precision. Central to the chapter were intricate pressure contour maps, their dark, concentric rings radiating outward from the ocean floor like a malevolent ripple. The visuals evoked an almost tactile unease, as if the manga itself trembled with pent-up energy. For years, fans debated whether this arc was a metaphor for humanity's hubris until mid-2024, where fiction collided with reality. Off the coast of Japan, a geothermal energy project lauded as a breakthrough in renewable technology suffered a catastrophic failure. Sensors detected abnormal pressure fluctuations along the Pacific seabed, triggering a chain reaction that generated a series of rogue waves. Dr. Ryo Nakamura, an oceanographer monitoring the site, observed real-time data mirroring Tatsuki's fictional catastrophe. Pressure spikes surpassing safety thresholds, water displacement patterns aligning with the manga's dark rings, and wave heights surging toward 25 meters, just shy of Tatsuki's prophetic 30-meter benchmark. When a colleague shared scant pages of Chapter 9, Nakamura, initially skeptical of the manga's cult following, was stunned. "This isn't artistry, it's a scientific warning," he declared in a now viral interview. The parallels were undeniable. Tatsuki's pressure contours matched the project's pre-collapse seismic charts, while the tsunami's trajectory eerily traced Japan's actual evacuation zones. Authorities rushed to downplay the connection, attributing the disaster to faulty engineering. Yet Nakamura's endorsement ignited a firestorm. Academics dissected the chapter, noting Tatsuki's unnerving accuracy in depicting hydrostatic forces and subduction zone mechanics, concepts far beyond layman's knowledge. Conspiracy theorists speculated that Tatsuki had infiltrated classified projects, while environmentalists framed the manga as an allegory for humanity's reckless tampering with natural forces. The incident even reached parliamentary debates, with lawmakers demanding scrutiny of offshore energy ventures. Meanwhile, the dark picture underground fandom swelled, its pages dissected for clues to future crises. For Nakamura, the manga's foresight raised existential questions. Could art subconsciously tap into emerging scientific realities, or had Tatsuki, through some inexplicable lens, glimpsed humanity's trajectory? He visualized a worst-case scenario years before engineers calculated the risks. Nakamura noted, "That's not prophecy, it's a mirror." As the world grappled with the blurred line between creativity and clairvoyance, Chapter 9 solidified Tatsuki's legacy. No longer a mere storyteller, but a harbinger of truths too urgent to ignore. The crescendo. Tatsuki's curse and the shattered hourglass of doom. The climax of the dark picture. Third volume culminated in a haunting symbol, the final mark, the fractured hourglass depicted in stark, brooding detail. Its upper chamber spilled rivers of black sand onto a desolate Tokyo square, the grains pulling like liquid shadow as the clock's frame splintered in the manga's final panels. Darkness engulfed the city, buildings crumbling, skies bleeding into void as the hourglass's rupture signaled an irreversible countdown. Fans dissected the imagery, theorizing it represented humanity's dwindling time, a metaphor for ecological or societal collapse. Yet on February 12, 2025, metaphor morphed into chilling LITERALISM. At precisely 12:12 a.m., Tokyo's iconic Shibuya crossing in excess of neon and noise plunged into chaos. A minor 4.2 magnitude earthquake rattled the city, its tremors slight, but enough to hold the massive public clock towering over the scramble. Security footage captured the moment. The clock's hands froze at 12:12 as street lights flickered and died, draping the district in an eerie blackout. Panic erupted. Pedestrians, already on edge from years of Tatsuki-related conspiracy theories, fled in terror, some screaming, "It's the hourglass, the curse is real." Social media exploded. A viral video juxtaposed the manga's apocalyptic hourglass with the frozen Shibuya clock, their symmetry undeniable. By dawn, hashtags like #TATSUKI returns and #Tokyo Doomsday trended globally, while tabloids bled. Manga artists' curse destroys Tokyo. Authorities scrambled to contain the hysteria. Seismologists clarified that the quake was routine, the clock's malfunction a coincidence caused by faulty wiring. Electricians even live-streamed repairs to the timepiece, emphasizing its mundane mechanical failure. But rational explanations faltered against the weight of collective dread. For Tatsuki's devotees, the event was a dire omen, the final mark manifesting in real time. Online, forums overflowed with screenshots of the manga's hourglass, its black sand now interpreted as radioactive waste, climate collapse, or even a black hole. Conspiracy influencers dissected every detail. Why 1212? Why Shibuya? Why now asterisk? A decade after Tatsuki's disappearance, the chaos exposed a society teetering on the edge of myth and reality. Psychologists attributed the panic to apocalyptic anxiety, a byproduct of climate disasters and global instability. Yet even skeptics admitted the symbolism was uncanny. Dr. Keiko Mori, a cultural historian, noted, Tatsuki's work taps into a primal fear that our creations, whether art or technology, will outlive and outwit us. Meanwhile, leaked police reports revealed a surge in vandalism targeting public clocks nationwide, with perpetrators spray-painting hourglasses and the date *1212* on their faces. As the frenzy subsided, questions lingered like smoke. Was the Shibuya incident a self-fulfilling prophecy? Humanity subconsciously reenacting Tatsuki's narrative? Or had the manga, like a digital age curse, embedded itself in the collective psyche, warping perception of random events? For Tatsuki's underground fandom, the answer was immutable. The final mark had been activated, and the countdown to an unknowable catastrophe had begun. The final pages of the dark picture never published, rumored to depict a global blackout loomed. Like a sword over civilization, in the shadow of Shibuya's silenced clock, one truth echoed louder than any conspiracy. Art, once unleashed, holds power beyond its creator's intent. And Tatsuki's curse, real or imagined, had already rewritten reality, the final warning, decoding the countdown to darkness, in a desperate race against time. Aya Suzuki and Dr. Ryo Nakamura, once unlikely allies, forged a partnership steeped in urgency. Armed with forensic software and decades of scientific expertise, they pored over every pixel of Tatsuki's the dark picture determined to unravel its cryptic warnings. Their breakthrough came not in the manga's grotesque imagery, but in its margins, microscopic text, etched like a whisper, along the borders of Chapter 9's tsunami panels. Magnified 100-fold, the characters reveal a chilling timestamp. The 12th of December 2025. Bon Amsenutsi Hing the 12th of December 2025. Darkness will devour. The date loomed with grim finality. Its font styled as crumbling stone, as though the words themselves were disintegrating. For Aya, the discovery triggered a visceral dread. December 12th, 2025. Was less than a year away, Their findings ignited a global frenzy. Online sleuths cross-referenced the date with historical patterns, solar eclipses, geomagnetic storms, even classified military exercises. Conspiracy forums split into factions, some preparing bunkers, others dismissing the warning as Tatsuki's final prank. But skepticism shattered when I received an unmarked envelope, postmarked from an untraceable location. Inside lay a single sheet of paper, its edges charred as if rescued from flames. The message, handwritten in jagged ink, read, asterisk if you've read this far. The day approaches. Prepare for the darkness. Asterisk the note bore no signature, but I recognized Tatsuki's cadence, the same terse, prophetic tone from his rare interviews. Forensic analysis confirmed the paper's age matched the manga's publication era, and the ink contained traces of ash later linked to the 2011 Thoku disaster. The latter's rival transformed her and Ryo from researchers into reluctant prophets. Governments dismissed their claims, but grassroots movements mobilized. In Tokyo, activists projected Tatsuki's hourglass motif onto skyscrapers, its black sand trickling toward the fateful date. Scientists, pressured by public fear, grudgingly scrutinized December 2025's celestial calendar. A total solar eclipse would plunge parts of Asia into darkness that day. While NASA's solar activity models predicted a rare superflare cycle, coincidence, or had Tatsuki, wittingly or not, woven astrophysical truths into his art? Yet the gravest revelation lay in the manga's unresolved finale, Tatsuki's final unpublished chapters. Rumored to depict a global blackout, now framed the date not as metaphor, but as a literal tipping point. Ryo, analyzing the hidden timestamp's alignment with tectonic stress maps, identified a pattern. December 12th coincided with a predicted seismic swarm along the Pacific Ring of Fire. He wasn't predicting the future, Ryo told a clandestine press conference. He was calculating it using art as an equation, as the world teetered between preparation and paralysis. I and Ryo faced a harrowing truth. Tatsuki's curse was never about the disasters themselves, but humanity's refusal to see them coming. Whether the darkness would be cosmic, ecological, or self-inflicted remained unknown. But the clock, like Tatsuki's shattered hourglass, could not be unbroken. All that remained was the wait and the haunting certainty that on the 12th of December 2025, the world would finally learn what lurked beyond the edge of the page.